if you are just hands down looking for the most flattering, you don't care about anything else, you're just like, I want my glutes to look fabulous. I want them to look big. I want them to look plump and perky. The are the go-to. Hello, welcome back to my channel. If it's very echoey in here, I'm sorry. I'm gonna get a microphone soon. I just don't have my film room totally set up yet. Like, I have this amazing new chair. I literally just kicked the camera. I have this new chair. I'm in love with it. It's super comfortable, but I don't have a desk. If you watch my move-in vlog, you saw me set up a desk, but I returned it. I want a different color and I'm just waiting on the one in another color. Anyway, completely irrelevant to this video. Today, I'm going to compare the scrunch butt on the Alphalete Amplify leggings, the Crop Shop Boutique leggings, and the Tala leggings. As you probably already know, if you've seen my other Alphalete try-ons, I love Alphalete Amplify, so when I see other scrunch butts, I'm very curious to try them and see how they compare. And I also did a poll on my Instagram and so many of you wanted a comparison video, so here I am. This isn't sponsored, and I mean, I wish. And all of these pieces I bought myself. So I'm gonna insert a clip where you can see the scrunch on all of these leggings. The Tala and Amplify scrunch are the most similar. The Crop Shop Boutique one is completely different. It's a totally different type of scrunch. It's more of like, I guess like an inverted scrunch. Like, I don't know. It just looks different. Like, the scrunch is like on the inside, so you can't really see it in the way that you can with the Tala and Amplify one. Like, the Crop Shop Boutique one is like a more subtle scrunch, but the Alphalete Amplify one and the Tala one are very similar. The only difference I notice in the way that they actually look is the Amplify one is much longer and the Tala one is much shorter. I'm not really sure why. So in terms of the material, the Tala ones are 51% recycled polyamide, 38% recycled polyester, 11% elastane. This is a sustainable brand, which I love. These are made from recycled material, so that's a win for me. The Crop Shop Boutique leggings are 75% nylon and 25% spandex. As far as I know, for these, they are not made of sustainable material. And the Alphalete Amplify leggings are 51% polyamide, 38% polyester, and 11% elastane. Actually, that sounds really similar to the Tala ones. It's exactly the same. Holy shit. That's why they feel so similar, because they're literally exactly the same. I cannot believe, down to the number. The only difference is this one is recycled polyamide and recycled polyester, whereas this is just polyamide and polyester. So you're literally buying almost the same legging, just one of them is with recyclable material. In terms of material, the scrunch is different, but wow, I'm actually shocked. So that means that Amplify could make this sustainable if they really wanted to, because Tala's doing it. So Alphalete, you can do that too. Make these sustainable. Make the Alphalete Amplify line with recycled material. Okay, anyway, I'm really shocked by that. So the most comfortable of these three leggings is probably the Crop Shop Boutique ones. When I think of comfort, I think of like how soft something is, how soft it feels on my skin, and how it sits on my waist, because I really don't like to be like very compressed. Like, it annoys me after a while. Tala and Alphalete ones are still super comfortable. It's just a different feel. If you want that like very silky material, similar to like Lululemon Aligns, Crop Shop Boutique is much more in that direction. Tala Seamless and Amplify stuff is more pantyhose like feel. Very, very like thin, very stretchy, but it just doesn't have like that silky soft feeling. They don't feel anything like, for example, Lululemon. The comfort also depends on you. If you want like the 3-tiered waistband, Crop Shop doesn't have that. So if you want like a more compressive waistband, the Tala and Amplify ones do have the more compressive ones. In terms of stretchiness, the Alphalete and Tala are definitely the stretchiest, because like I said, they're basically like pantyhose. So stretchy. Crop Shop Boutique is too, but like a little bit. Like, look at this. I can compare to how much I can pull these. Like, I think it's a big difference. So in terms of how thick they are, I think the Crop Shop Boutique leggings are the thickest. Because these have like that pantyhose-like feel, they are very, very thin, very breathable for when you're doing workouts because it's just is so thin. If you want something thicker, then I think the Crop Shop Boutique ones are like the thickest out of the three. So the question everyone always asks is, are they squat proof? For me, squat proof means that something doesn't show your skin through it. I feel like it's self-explanatory that if something is a very, very light color, it's probably going to show your black underwear through it. When I think of squat proof, I just think of like, am I gonna squat and you're gonna see like my whole butt crack? Like, that is whether it's squat proof or not. If you're wearing the right size in all three of these leggings, they are all squat proof. The only thing I've heard of with people having issues with the Alphalete Amplify not being squat proof is if it's one of the lighter colors like yellow or light blue, and if they're wearing darker colored underwear. Tala, I don't have any like lighter colors than this green, but in this one they are squat proof. The Crop Shop Boutique ones, they're 100% squat proof. Which ones are the most flattering on your butt? I'm not trying to be biased because I love Amplify. I do think the Alphalete Amplify is still the most flattering. Tala is very close second, and I also think it depends on your body. The Tala ones, the scrunch is smaller. Some days I put on the Tala ones and I'm like, wow, these are even better than Amplify. But then I wear Amplify ones, I'm like, wow, these are amazing. So honestly, I think you'll be happy with either one. They both are very flattering. Anything with the type of scrunch that they have, like the one that looks like this, it's always gonna be flattering. It gives you more opportunity to shove more material in there. With the Crop Shop Boutique one, you can't do that. You can't shove material into there. I think too, because this one is smaller, the scrunch is like a little bit tighter, so you don't have as much to play with. I feel like with the Alphalete ones, the scrunch is bigger. You can kind of go on top of your entire butt crack. That means you can really shove it in there. Whereas with the Tala one, like because it's small, it's not really gonna go in the whole thing. I don't know. This is so funny. I mean, that's what determines how flattering they are. It also just seems like there's like less space between the crotch and the waistband in the Tala ones versus the Alphalete. I think they have a bit more space in that area. If you are just hands down looking for the most flattering, you don't care about anything else, you're just like, I want my glutes to look fabulous. I want them to look big. I want them to look plump and perky. The Alphalete Amplify or Tala seamless scrunch are the go-to. Crop Shop Boutique is more if you want scrunch, but you want it to be more subtle. It's not gonna be as flattering. It's not going to give you the very round glutes, but it's still cute. It's still nice. In terms of the waistband on all three of these, they're all different. The Crop Shop and Alphalete Amplify waistband are pretty much the same thickness, but the Crop Shop ones feel like they sit higher on me. That's probably because the inseam on each of these is different. The thickness of the waistband is pretty much the same. The waistband on the Tala leggings are a few inches smaller than the Alphalete and Crop Shop one. The waistband for Tala ends here, and the waistband for Alphalete ends here. So it's like a few inches different. So if you have a shorter torso, what I've realized with the Tala ones is they kind of sit better on my body because I have a short torso. If that's something you think about when you're buying leggings, like you don't want something that the waistband is very high, Tala would be the better option. The only thing with the shorter waistband is that means that the area where your stomach is going to be like more exposed, like it's not going to be covered by this compressive material. It depends like how long or short your torso is. I know some people really want like a thick compressive waistband to sit on their stomach. So for that, I think you're the safest with the Amplify waistband because that one is like 3-tiered and it's very tight. Like sometimes it's like too compressive for me. Crop Shop waistband is probably the most forgiving. It's not like super tight. I do have to like pull it up sometimes. It does kind of move around. It's just like a softer material. It just doesn't have like that very compressive feel. In terms of cellulite, because I know some people really want to know whether you can see the cellulite. Before I talk about it, I just want to make it clear that cellulite is completely normal and it's nothing to be ashamed about. I don't think it's something that we should work to hide or something that we should make sure that our leggings don't show. I just think the more we do that, the more we contribute to making it seem like these things should be hidden and there's something to be ashamed of. But I do understand everyone has different preferences, and you might have cellulite and you don't want it to show, and that's okay too. P.S. most women have cellulite. I have it. My legs are very lean. They've always, like, genetically, they're very small and they've always been that way, and I have a ton of cellulite on the back and on the front of my legs. So just letting you know that it's completely normal. I don't find that cellulite shows with any of these, especially the crop shop ones. Like, those are thick and a dark pair. Those don't show any at all. The Alphalete and Amplify, maybe if they were in lighter colors and in like very specific lighting, you would be able to see it, because they are very thin leggings and the material just like sticks to your skin. Like, it molds to your skin, very pantyhose-like material, like I've said. So it's something that under specific lighting and in a specific color, you might see cellulite. For me, I can't see cellulite through the Tala ones at all. Or maybe it's just because I haven't seen it under the right lighting. Like, sometimes cellulite just shows up under a very specific lighting. I would say that they're all just fine for cellulite, but if you really, really want to make sure you cannot see it at all, maybe the crop shop boutique ones would be like the safest bet. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with cellulite, not any less than if you have it. I just think you should wear whatever you want, even if you can see cellulite or not. Another controversial topic is camel toe. Do any of these give me camel toe? I don't usually mention this in my try-ons, or like to, because like, I have a vagina. The fact that you might see the outline of it in leggings shouldn't be controversial, should not be some big deal. But I know some people are very uncomfortable with this and don't want leggings where it will cause camel toe. I just really don't like when it causes it to a point where you're like uncomfortable. If you can see like general outline of things, I'm not gonna like strike down leggings because you might see like an outline in like a specific angle, right? Like, sometimes with leggings, like, it just happens, especially if it's a lighter color. But when it gets uncomfortable, that's where I draw the line. Like, if they're bunching up there and it just you can feel it, and like they're not comfortable, I get it. Like, that is not functional. That's not good for workouts. And some people just don't want intense camel toe because men, they look or they stare and you don't want to draw attention to yourself. I understand that too. I wouldn't want someone having a reason to look down there at me at the gym. I would be uncomfortable. So anyway, the only ones I had a little bit of an issue with were the Tala one. Because I had a bit of extra material around the crotch, they did kind of bunch up in that area in an uncomfortable way. I am between a small and a medium. I don't think you will have this issue if you are not in between sizes. Crop Shop Boutique ones didn't have any sort of issue like that. And I also don't have any like really extra material in those leggings, which is amazing since I'm usually in between sizes. Those were actually like perfect. The Alphalete ones, I do get extra material sometimes, but I don't get camel toe from those. So for sweat proofness, to be honest, I don't really check for this because I don't really care. I'm at the gym, I'm gonna sweat. There's nothing embarrassing about sweating. You're working out, you should be sweating. In the darker colors, you might see sweat. Some of the lighter colors, you might not. With the Tala ones, I do think that if you sweat a lot in this color, you'll probably see it. Did I notice it on myself? No. In the crop shop ones, I definitely didn't see any sweat on this, but like, they're dark, so that makes sense. In these Alphalete ones, the brown ones, I have noticed sweat on these before while I'm working out. This brown color, it makes sense for sweat to show through, and it's also very thin, this material. They are less sweat proof than probably the Crop Shop Boutique ones. All three of them have like subtle branding if that's something you care about. Crop Shop just has the little CSB there. Alphalete has Alphalete across the back in the same area, and Tala has it even smaller on the back, and they also have it on the bottom here, and on the shorts they have it on like bottom of the shorts, like on like the thigh area. So when I was reading reviews on the Crop Shop Boutique leggings, I did see some people saying that the material pills very easily. After reading that, I realized that some of my Crop Shop bras are pilled already, but I have been using them for a long time, so that didn't really surprise me. That like soft silky material is always more likely to pill. My Alphalete leggings, none of them have pilled at least not noticeably, unless you like aggressively rub something on it. Like I made the mistake of doing pull-ups with a band, and I didn't notice the band was like rubbing on my leggings while I was doing the pull-ups, and then I saw after and they had pilled. So that was really sad, but I was like rubbing a band aggressively on them, so that made sense. None of my other Alphalete leggings have pilled, just only those because of that incident. Since the Tala and Amplify are the same material, I don't think the Tala ones are going to pill unless you're like really aggressive with them. But the crop shop ones, I've worn the leggings like 3 times and I've already noticed a tiny bit of pilling. That material really does pill easily, and some of my bras too just have pilling along the front. If pilling really drives you crazy, I just wouldn't go for that kind of material, because it's bound to happen. The more soft silky they are, the faster they will pill. I think that's all the details I can give. Let me know if I've missed anything. They're all great leggings. They're all great options for the scrunch, but let me know which ones you prefer. I would love to know your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please give it a like. It really helps my channel. I hope you stick around for the next video. Okay, bye.